Matt Forte is here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Matt? You there, Matt?
Doing?
How are you? So you're you're in the safety of New York with what's going on in Chicago right now. How are things for you? How are things for you in the green right now, Matt?
It's going well. We just come off of a big win on a Thursday night game against a division opponent. So, we're feeling good right now. We're resting up and getting ready to get back to work tomorrow so we can go play in Kansas City.
So what obviously you've heard this whole thing. As soon as you hit 30, it's a different world for running backs. Do you need to go in the cold tub, in the ice tub a little bit more? How do you seem to continue to play at your level at your advancing years, Matt?
I just continue to keep the same routine that I've done, that I've kind of tweaked throughout the years, but I've continued to do to take care of your body. I mean, that's what it's all about. What you're using on the field is your body, and so you have to take care of it, whether that's what you eat or the lifestyle you live, what time you go to bed, and, what kind of, supplements you take and vitamins and all kind of stuff. So it depends on how well you take care of your body. It doesn't change from one year to the other. Like I was laughing yesterday to one of the reporters. Last year I was 29. And then once I turned 30, I'm old all of a sudden. So, it's overnight it happens, I guess, for running backs.
So how do you fit into this offense in a way that perhaps you did not in Chicago? Matt, how comfortable are you in the Changeli offense here?
Very comfortable. It's the offense that I'm excited to be in because I'll get back to being versatile, where you can be in the backfield, in the dot position, where you can be in the shotgun and run the ball from there, too. You can be in the pistol formation where the quarterback's in the shotgun and you're still behind him. Then there's, a chance where you can motion out, be an empty, where I'm on the outside, or I can be in the slot. A lot of different things that you're able to do in different routes as a running back. And I think that's why I like this offense so much, because it gives you the ability to do a lot of different things.
So why are you not in Chicago now, man? What do you think about that?
They didn't want me back.
Well, they just didn't. Did they tell you that flat out, or did you have to learn that the hard way? What happened?
I mean, I was called into the office in the off season that I can't remember. It was probably sometime in February, and I'm thinking that maybe they called me up there. I was called by texted by Ryan Pace to come up there. And I'm thinking that, I'm hoping for the best, but they called me up there to tell me, we're not going to resign you. So I was like, I just wasted gas money coming up here for that. Basically, you could have told me that over the phone, but him and John Fox basically sat me down in the office and said, thanks for your services, but we no longer need you. So after I heard that, I was like, okay, well, free agency's coming up, so I'm looking forward to that.
So do you run with that chip on your shoulder in New York?
I've always had a chip on my shoulder, no matter what. It's not because of that specific reason or anything like that. I've always had a chip on my shoulder just because, since I was even in high school, I've been under-recruited and overlooked, and there's a lot of things like that. So I went to a smaller school, not necessarily a big university that's for football, Tulane, and, I have to represent for those kids who come from small schools. It's not where you play, it's what kind of player you are.
Matt Forte joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show, Jets running back, former longtime Chicago Bear. Let's get right into it. What sort of teammate is Jay Cutler, Matt?
Well, when I was there, he was a great teammate to me. And, I had many conversations with Jay and sat down with him plenty of times, and been to his house, been to his kids' birthday parties, all kind of stuff. So, I don't know what people's perceptions are of him, and everybody has their own perceptions, and the media portrays him a certain way too. So, I mean, you take it for what you want. But to me, when I was there, he was nice to me. He was a good guy, and like I said, we got along pretty well.
Did he ever express to you, or you ever ask him, or ever in a quiet moment say, I'm misperceived by most people, and it bothers me? Does he ever say anything like that?
No, I never asked him that either. I mean, I never cared to ask him that, and I don't think he really cares about how the public perceives him.
Well, we talk about his body language all the time and how that how that gives off an aura of not caring, and thus we read into his leadership abilities based on that. Walk me through if that's misguided, Matt.
Well, Jay Cutler is, he is who he's going to be. You can, like I said before, you can perceive it however you want to. You really have to in order to know someone and judge someone on their character, you have to actually know that person. So everybody who, wants to judge them off of body language and all this other stuff, you can take it for what you want and how you see it. And I'm with the Jets now. That's the last question I'm gonna answer about Jay Cutler.
I appreciate it, Matt.
These questions the last 9 years.
Yeah. 9 years and counting, huh? And you don't want a 10th, is what you're saying.
No.
All right. So then, how is Ryan Fitzpatrick as a leader, Matt?
He's great. He brings guys together. He's a very, very intelligent guy. Obviously, he went to Harvard, but football knowledge as well. And just great to be in the huddle with a guy like that. I think it was a good job that it came down to the wire that we signed him this year. Just given the camaraderie that everybody had together last year with him and the receivers and stuff, and just how well they did, and just ended up coming up a little short. But it was great having him back there and being able to, discuss with him what we do on certain plays and how to do things better that'll work against certain defenses and stuff. So, it's a pleasure for me to be back there playing with a quarterback and a guy like that that does those things and takes a lot of time to work on his game and stuff.
All right, Matt. And I was going to ask you one last question, but based on what you said about how you're staying in shape, deep dish or New York style pizza, have you gone in that direction in any way, shape, or form?
Well, I answered that one. Pizza is good either way to me, and I love it, but I don't eat it now. So when I retire, I'll be able to answer that question a lot better. But I haven't eaten pizza probably in a year, I would say.
Oh, come on now. That's the last time.
That's not conducive for a running back's diet, or if you want to stay healthy out there or actually be an impact in the football game.
Okay. Matt, thanks for the time. I appreciate it. We'll get you back on later in the season when there are no Cutler questions. How does that sound?
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Thank you.
That's Matt Forte.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.